So Courtney found this, once full, now empty wine bottle in her fridge. I've been there myself.
And that's the real tragedy. And that concludes our story.
That's
of
actually
the saddest day ever.
The worst day of my life. So, yeah, she's entirely sure now that somebody's been in her home and has drank this wine on her.
The gaslighting must, and I mean, I guess it's
back in the fridge. Like, you're such a dick.
Like, just if you're going to finish the milk, leave it on the fucking counter. It takes more effort unless you're trying to fuck with someone.
And in the reenactment, too, and I don't, I can't.
What was the reenactment?
I can't say that this is actually what happened, but if it is, then it's even more diabolical because in the reenactment, the cork was put back in, and the cork is fucking hard to get back in.
Yeah.
So, like,
true.
that takes a lot of effort.
Yeah.
I would just leave the cork on the table if I was stealing someone's wine.
Mm-hmm. Give it a good smell first. Make you think you know what you're doing. A little oaky for my taste.
This
but,
is good legs, I can
do.
tell.
What am I wearing these legs as a scarf? What? Merlot?
That's actually what I say when I look at wine.
Oh.
But yeah, like someone's come in, they've drank this wine. There's no doubt in her mind. So she calls her best friend, who apparently also goes to fucking 100 instantly. And she's like, get out of the house now, call your ex, figure out if he came by just to maybe get some stuff. And just drank. Came by for a quick bottle of wine.
And slammed a bottle
Wait, you don't
of
do that
wine.
when you go to your exes? You're like, so many memories.
Is there any other indicators? Yeah, it sounds like the walls are slurring. Ew, does that make any sense to you?
Why is there pee in the fridge? So she calls her ex, and of course her ex is like, no, like her friend's like, maybe, he was just being super considerate.
Yeah, her ex is like, I didn't do yeah, you can't convict me, I worked through. We divorced, you can't tell me nothing.
You can just hear him throwing a baseball up and down. You're like, fuck, I knew, God damn it. No, but her friend's like, maybe he was just being super considerate because he knew you were at the Christmas concert and he
poured it out.
He was like, I will come and get my stuff. I just not make it as jarring as possible. I'll just go in and get my stuff and fucking peel off a bottle of wine. Maybe do a couple rails. I don't know how that works. But yeah, so she called him and he's like, absolutely no. And under no circumstances am I just going to show up without at least telling you beforehand that I'm doing that.
Right.
So that was that. And her friend was like, okay, well, if it wasn't him, then you have to call the cops. And she's like, and tell them what, that I can't find the rest of my wine?
I would like to do another public service announcement. Let the police think that you're crazy.
But the funny thing is like, yeah,
I understand, and it would be super embarrassing and awkward, and you feel like a dipshit, but I think you got it.
She's like, my lingerie and my wine are missing. He's like, sounds like you had a great night.
It's like, we will be right there. I'm sending our perviest officer, Matt McLean, to be over there.
He has actually no credentials, but he really has a zest for the job.
Yes. Oh, I fell out of my underwear. This investigator is fantastic. He had everything in his trunk.
You're just wearing them like fucking bracelets up your like friendship bracelets at a Taylor Swift concert. So she's like, I'm not gonna call him, tell him like my bottle of wine is missing, but like maybe like incorporate some of the other things. Like just say like the ball on the roof, all my stuff is missing. Like even if you say like, listen, I might be going crazy here, but like, do you mind just somebody coming over and like just giving me the peace of mind for the night? Like I don't think any officer is gonna.
You tell me search for my underwear. I don't know where it is. Yeah. I've looked everywhere.
She's like, it's super sexy. Like,
I wear it around the house.
Smells like perfume. So if you guys just want to come and check out my house, they're like, we're on our way.
Get a scent dog.
You're like, she's like, hello?
Is Officer McLean up there?
It's just like hanging like in those old 80s movies. Because the phones still have a cord.
They run so fast, they're just dust in the air.
So... yeah, I don't know. To me, I felt like she could have probably got somebody there just to give her that peace of mind. But instead, she does what the crazy person would do. And she starts running through her house with a 2x4, checking every room and making sure that nobody's in her house. And when she found out that nobody was in her house, she just sat down and cried. Like, what is happening? It's got to be maddening.
In my mind, it's Jennifer Love Hewitt, and I know what you did last summer, and she's going, what are you waiting for? Like, that's what I feel. She's in her house trying to find people.
Nailed it. I don't even have to finish it. Just watch that movie.
There's a new one coming out, by the way.
And Jennifer Love Hewitt's in it, too.
She posted a thing on Instagram. It was hilarious. It's just her at her house.
Is it meant to be hilarious?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So it's her at her house, just like, oh, hey, I'm just doing some press or whatever. And then the killer is in the background in her house. In every scene, she's doing something mundane, like hanging up her coat. It's on his hook.
To be fair, though, like, spoiler alert, this movie came out 30 years ago, but like, they fucking just like hit a guy and then like threw him in the lake, like, or in the ocean. Like, yeah, well, you know what? You fucking made your bed, lie in it. Why are you making 18 movies for me to watch?
I agree.
Like, you got to deal with that shit.
You deserve that, fucking David.
He lived and he fucking came back to haunt you, but also, if he died, he's probably still going to haunt you. And then it's a different kind of movie. Like, you can't just do that stuff.
And Ryan Felipe.
Oh.
Where was his Oscar for that? The broken arm, sitting on that float.
Ryan, I don't even know if he's a good actor because he's just so damn good looking. He's so good looking.
Where do you put him with your Ryans?
He doesn't really graze it. He's one of those actors that I find is so very, very attractive, but there's like certain things, like with Ryan Gosling and stuff like that, like there's certain like personality traits that make one of those guys like high on my list.
He's super sweet to Eva Mendes.
Oh, he's super sweet to everybody. And like when him and Rachel McAdams did, when they won for Best Kiss and they like actually reenacted it.
They kissed?
Well, they did when they did The Notebook together, and then they won for Best Kiss, and he went up on one side of the stage and she went up on the other side of the stage, and then she just ran into his arms.
I almost just cried in my insides right now.
Into your shirt?
Like just seeing that.
No, it was fantastic, and I've never not visual. No, you know what? Never mind.
Ew, you're pervert.
So, yeah, at the point that she's at right now, she's just, everything is enough to be like, okay, I'm not crazy. This is insane. Like, this is absolutely happening to me, but it's not really enough to like.
But what do I do?
Like, do something about outside of just yourself crying.
Did you try crying and screaming? Yeah. Well, I'm really all out of suggestions.
That was that's been my go-to every time, actually. Thank you. I went to have some wine, but it was fucking gone.
What are your coping mechanisms when you feel like you're being stalked? I usually like to have a nice glass of wine, as long as I'm not triggered.
So at this point, she starts thinking about who could this possibly be. She's thinking about, there's construction workers down the road on that house that I was mentioning, and there's an old security guard where she worked that made her uncomfortable. And she's just running through a list of people in her mind, trying to figure out. What's that?
Like lovers.
They're not her lovers. They're just dudes working.
Ugh, gross dudes. Dudes are terrible.
You're like, wait a minute. She wasn't having sex. What? What's with all the negligee that if
no
she's not
lovers?
having sex with the construction worker and the security?
Yes. I thought like she was hooking up with the whole village people. Sounds like you got the construction workers,
like Victoria's
security
Secret
guard
in her closet.
That's right.
So yeah, she's just going through this list of people, and like nothing's like really fitting. Like it's not like a perfect match, but you have to think that it's not an easy task either. Like, what if it's just some random person? It's like with a lot of the cases we do, I always think to myself, like, especially the John Bonet is one that does keep me up at night, because it's like we're always trying to fit that profile, but it's like, what if it is just somebody who's random and we don't know? And
I often wonder if there are just randoms
for sure. And like, I mean, wouldn't that just, it would be like, however many years now of just us speculating and usually ruining other people's lives whilst doing it.
Yeah, and it could have just been like, one guy traveling through town acted on impulse and had that and never ever did it again.
Right.
Like, or gets locked up for something afterwards.
I mean, that's not typically the route these people take. But
yeah, they tend to get a taste.
Yeah, but like, and this guy, this person that's tormenting her, like, it's not like she lives like somewhere where he's just driving by either, right? So it's like, could it be a random person that's just like, you know what, I like that house. Oh, snap, look at all the lingerie she wears.
Yeah.
Let's hang out there every night.
I will live there.
Yeah. I love living in small quarters.
I love cold rooms.
So, about a month after her big sit-down cry, Courtney finishes working one day, and she comes out to find that her tire pressure light is on in her car. But she said, so we're getting into like December. She says that it's very cold outside. So she figured, unfortunately, as I would, that this was the cause of the tire pressure going down. She's like, I'm just going to hop on the highway and they'll warm right back up and that light will go out. Can't say I haven't been guilty of that a few times myself.
Wait, the heat would create more pressure in the tire?
It does.
What?
Yeah, it does. Like your tire pressure will go down in the cold, and then once it warms up, it expands again.
Mind blown.
Well,
I knew it did something, but I didn't know that was it.
repeat back to me what you just learned.
That you need to put special winter air in your tires.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought you took away from.
Summer air and winter air.
Yeah,
and if you get them confused, you're an idiot.
The craziest thing, though, is that like winter air at the gas station is so much more expensive, which is like not fair.
Well, I mean, it's obviously just taxes and a cash grab from the fucking government.
The novelty of it all, right?
Again, I'll stay out of politics.
So, she goes and she picks up her daughter. So tire lights on, hops on the highway, goes and grabs her daughter from school. And she says, like, she doesn't have a dinner to make dinner that night. Once again, completely relatable. This lady could be my soul spirit. But so she's like, I'm going to take my kid out to eat. And that sounds fucking fantastic to me. But she says that after they eat, they get into the car. And her little girl is the one that says, why is the car leaning? And she gets out and she has 2 fully flat tires.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And so she's been like on the highway and like picked up her kid. And her kid's the one that's like, Mom, it's happening again.
Was it were they flat that whole time? Or did he re-flatten? Did he take out a little bit and then take out more when they stopped?
You know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say they were definitely flat the whole time. He's not following her around. Like,
right,
just like,
because that is
he's like outside of the restaurant. Like,
yeah, right? Sir, can I help you? No, I'm a stalker. I'm a frog. I'm not a person. I'm a frog. Ribbit. Ribbit.
You're going to blow my cover.
Ribbit.
So she's like,
oh my
at this
God.
point, she's like, okay, this is a big deal. Actually, I would love to say that she thought that her little girl felt like this was a big deal. And so she was like, just to like, appease my daughter.
Oh,
she was like, I went to the gas station, like that was very close by. And I filled up what I could of the tires and we made it home that night.
perfect.
And
Filled up what I could. Didn't do it all the way.
It's just shrapnel, like just she's just blowing air at the tires. So they get home that night and like, her daughter's obviously concerned because she's like, God, my mom went on the highway with those things.
Yeah,
like,
no shit.
I'm 10 and I could tell that was a bad idea.
Hey, Dad, remember how you said I could stay with you for a little bit?
So the next day, Courtney decides that she's going to go and maybe have this tire situation checked out. And she gets in there and they're like, okay, well, the damage to the tires is on the side. So it's 2 tires on the exact same side, right?
Mhm.
And it's on the side. So it's not, you didn't run over a nail or anything like that.
Yeah.
They said, if this wasn't done intentionally, then you must have like hit a curb really hard or something along those lines. And Courtney's like, well, I think I would have remembered hitting a curb really hard. And I was like, would you? Oh, would you?
I don't think everybody hits curbs.
What's that?
I don't think everybody hits curbs that
No,
often.
I'm just saying if she didn't notice 2 flat tires driving home on the highway, maybe
shit.
she's not the most.
Observant. Maybe
Yeah.
ask the daughter if the mom's ever hit a curb.
She's like, which one?
Oh, yeah.
The daughter's got a little list written out. Like, yeah, no, she hits a ton of them.
There you go.
So regardless, because, they'll get you, like instead of rotating like the back and the front, they will make you get 4 new ones. If you don't know, my brother-in-law's a tire guy, so
Nice.
I pretend like I know what I'm talking. Like every fucking lawyer's brother is like the smartest person. I know a lot of lawyers' brothers, so they're really smart. So, regardless, she gets these 4 new tires. Worth knowing for the story, though. One day, as Courtney is heading to work, she finds a crushed beer can at the end, like at the very edge of her garage, like, up the driveway, right on her garage. Now, remember, she's in a very far away
Isolated,
situation.
yeah.
Yeah, the next person down the street is very far away, and she does consider for a minute that it could be the construction that's going on. Maybe those guys are cracking some
beers?
cold ones.
Yeah.
But it would be a pretty far way for a beer can to travel, and it would have to like turn up her driveway and
Yeah, and a crushed can I feel would be a lot heavier to move than not heavier because it's the same weight as just an empty can, but I mean it would not
it doesn't get the air that the
there you go.
yeah.
You know what's up.
So crushed a few myself.
I'm a girl.
So she was like, I think at this point she's kind of like hoping against all odds that that's what it is. And
Yeah.
she's like, okay, sure. Let's pretend that it's the construction area. So that's what she goes with. And after that, a few days later, she finds 2 more identical cans, crushed the same way, same brand of beer. One of which was basically directly on her front porch.
Oh, boy.
And she felt as though these cans were meant to deliver a message. And she said, quote,
Yeah, we're at a beer.
like the perimeters.
Sorry.
Damn it, this was a good line. She said, quote, like the perimeter was closing around me.
Oh, my God.
Creepy, right? So she would run out of the house wearing gloves and grabbed a bag because she
Lingerie.
believed that these cans would be evidence.
Oh, yeah.
And so she plucked them up and put them in the little bag. At this point, she wasn't sleeping or eating properly. She was losing weight rapidly. And just to go to work and be a mom, she said was starting to feel like was too much.
Oof.
One day she went outside and she began just looking around in the light of day. And that was when she came across a crushed pack of cigarettes. She would follow it and there would be another and then another and then another. And then it would lead her to a matted down area where there was a bunch of butted out cigarettes, clearly the same brand as the packages. And it was like out front of her house, but to a distance. But then when she turned around,
Oh, no.
she could, the vantage point was right into her bedroom window.
From that matted area.
From that matted, clearly camped out area. So she kind of figured out what was, I think she had a pretty good idea what was going on, but this just really confirmed it. And that was when she made the decision that this has gotten far beyond her control, and it was now time for her to call the police.
Well, I mean, he's a smoker. You don't want to associate with smokers.
And drinking beer.
Oh, yeah.
And he's a litterer.
That's the real crime.
Yeah, thank you.
That's so like the balls, the brazenness that you have to have. Like, what is this like? Is it the Zodiac kid, the guy that taunted? Like, is this guy like taunting? Like he's trying to.
You're thinking of the Golden State Killer.
Yeah, where you send the messages or whatever to the cop. You're like, come on.
Oh, that's the Zodiac.
Like, is this guy trying to taunt her? Wouldn't you, as a stalker, like, all right, I have hit the stalking jackpot. I'm in a house. Nobody knows I'm here.
So much lingerie. So much
lingerie. Kid's gone now. I can drop acorns whenever I want. Nobody gives a shit.
God, thank God, my acorns are getting heavy.
I got enough darts. I'm good to go. I got my old matted area at the front.
Spot.
Why would you blow up that? Like, I just don't get the mentality of that. They want more. They want interaction.
You're going to find out.
Oh, tell me.
I have answers.
Nice.
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, bum.
I hope it is met with more enthusiasm than my answer of how blind people wipe their butts.
I mean, you got an answer. I'm not satisfied with it. If you are,
I am very satisfied.
You need to shower more.
Oh, I really walked right into that one.
So, she made the decision at this point. She's like, you know what? I'm calling the police.
Mm-hmm.
These are not my cigarettes. This is not my matted spot.
Yeah.
That's my matted spot over there.
And Mom, now you're smoking on top of this? No, they're not mine, I swear.
And this is also like December in Connecticut. So it's like,
oof.
He's just chilling.
Pretty cold. Smoke a couple of darts.
And so she calls her ex-husband and she's like, hey, I don't want to do this alone. Will you come with me to the police station? He's like, absolutely, whatever you need. And, they're in the middle of a divorce. She said it was awkward, but like this is somebody who kind of has been her support system since 2012. And that's where we're going to break in the video again.